Traders, in this watch list, I'm going to be providing my top ideas for the upcoming week, as well as outlining my entry and exit targets. Now, starting with the top idea from last week, and that was in Tesla. For this week, I'm looking for a high-low confirmation and some continuation in Tesla. Now, Tesla last week, its first red day setup, set up really to a T, set up perfectly from the watch list, and it actually offered throughout the week multiple opportunities and setups to capture that momentum lower, whether it was a consolidation breakdown below critical support around the 336 area, the first red day on day one. There were various different nuances and setups that presented itself. Now, after 3 consecutive days of follow through and pullback and that reversion idea playing out, and really kind of completing a measured pullback, it certainly appears exhausted to the downside on Friday as well, after displaying some relative strength to the overall market. And the move on Friday for me all but really confirmed and indicated that a potential bottom and higher low might be in the works for continuation higher, at least to test some resistance levels in the short term. So my plan, my idea with Friday's low around the 309 region, that's going to be the line in the sand for me for my plan. And I'm really going to be eyeing a pullback early on in the week, Monday, Tuesday. Ideally, we get a push towards that region and we get a higher low confirms. I'm going to be eyeing dips, higher low VWAP reclaims in order to enter long versus the low of day, and really look to size up potentially if we do get that reclaim and high of day break, or if we get a consolidation breakout above the volume weighted average price, to size into the position with a stop at the low of day. Now, my first target is going to be around the 328 region as we come into a potential area where we broke down, which might act as resistance on the upside now after acting as support for multiple days. And then thereafter, my second target, if we do push above that 330, 328 region, my second target is going to be closer to the 336 region, which is where we supported for multiple days and finally acted as resistance on Wednesday, and then we had some follow through to the downside. So target 1, 328, also the 5-day MA, and then we're going to be pushing for second target into the 336 previous breakdown region. So potential support turning into resistance. Next up is MVST, switching gears to a small cap. MVST is, this was a fantastic trade on Wednesday, traded, over 1 billion shares, immense volume, immense liquidity and range, obviously relative to the price of the stock, it moved impressively in terms of percentage. Now, having multiple inside days thereafter, after day one on Wednesday, volume dropping off significantly from, 1 billion day 2, and then day 3 down towards just 30 million odd shares traded. But the stock's still hanging above its multi-day VWAP, still inside days, still hanging out above critical support near 65-ish cents. And so with that all taking plan, if the stock does and taking shape, if the stock's able to creep up higher, my plan is, if that were to happen in the pre-market, similar to FOXO, similar idea from the previous week, if it crept up in the pre-market, started trading on significantly lower volume early on near resistance and a critical breakout zone, where shorts have yet not really had that exit opportunity, that wouldn't provide them an easy exit opportunity with liquidity being exceptionally low early on. That's where I might look to initiate a long position and look to size up on a break above 1 and ideally look for that influx of volume leading to a potential liquidity event. Alternatively, if the stock begins to consolidate between sort of the 90 and $1 mark, kind of post open, and if we get elevated R-vol, that's where I would also look to enter long versus the low of day, during market hours versus a pre-market slow walk up in scenario 1. That's where I'll look to enter long versus low of day, and if we get a breakout and hold over 1, a clean breakout, that's where I'll look to add to the position, and I'd move my stop to the low of the 5-minute breakout candle from that momentum breakout. But importantly, this wouldn't be a swing trade. This is more of an intraday, one-day wonder for a potential liquidity event. Now, obviously, if we do break out and push into the low to mid ones and then fail to follow through, I'll, of course, turn my attention then and be flexible to a potential short, and in that case, a potential short swing if it sets up cleanly and confirms with a lower high after a failed move higher, potentially could come a fast move lower once shorts and stubborn short swings have been exhausted. Next up, we have the backside in DXYZ. Now, DXYZ obviously was part of the euphoria following the election, and we got a nice extension to the upside, followed by a clean uptrend break post-election and some follow-through to the downside, all but confirming the backside. So I'm now looking for push into a prior band, prior zone and area of potential supply and resistance. For me, that's around 36, 37, 38 region. If we're able to push back up towards this region in the short term, that's where I'd be looking for failed follow through and a lower high short opportunity. The best case for me early on next week would be a quick push toward that previous support zone right here, previous support zone of 37 turned into resistance. If we can push back into this area, maybe a quick push above Friday's high and fail, that's where I'd be very interested in a short versus the high of day. The plan would be to cover up to a third of my position into target one support in the low 30s, 30 to 32. Cover up to a third of my position. And then thereafter, I'm going to be looking to trail my position using lower highs on the 15-minute time frame, targeting a move back down towards support from the latter end of last week in sort of the high to mid 20s would be my eventual target for a move towards this level or slightly below this area. So that would be a swing short idea. And then we have some additional names on watch that I've just really got some alerts set in. PLTR being the first one, with some alerts to keep tabs on this throughout the week. Obviously watching this very closely for exhaust and a bit of a reversion, potentially a blow off top. Incredible move in Palantir recently, but I still haven't seen anything to get me excited or to act on it. What I mean by that is I haven't seen a clear blow off top. I haven't seen an exhaust to the upside, failed follow through, or a first red day. So several different sort of nuances and setups I'm looking in order to get short and confirm potential shift in momentum for just a short-lived a day up to 3 days of some profit taking. It's still chugging along higher, so I'm hands off and I'm not fighting this incredible uptrend. Instead, keeping it on the side watch for either of the setups that I just mentioned above to materialize, and then I will react, which is why it is just alerts set for now. We have some relative strength this week and especially into the ladder of last week. Incredible relative strength in financials, very impressive staying power and outperformance in the just immediate short term, the last couple of days of last week. And so, with them hovering right at 52-week highs, namely obviously the XLF, the ETF, several of its top holdings with almost identical charts. If the relative strength does continue early on into the week, that's when I might look to act on a momentum breakout above last week's high with a momentum stop, and I could turn this potentially into a swing trade if we close strong on the day, and especially sort of in the upper quartile of the day. Lastly, just two small caps. Let's take off moving averages so the chart comes across a bit better. We have UAVS and we have MTEM. So just two small caps and essentially very straightforward plans here, with both of them alerts set in the event that we do have a quick short-lived push higher, failed follow through back into potential resistance areas. UAVS, for example, in the high threes, if we had to push and fail confirmation by means of a lower high, and then very similar plans with MTEM. So a nice diverse opportunity set, some longs, for example, in Tesla, potential liquidity long in MVST, followed by some other names on the watch list, some relative strength, some small caps looking to get short on failed follow through pops. So a nice diverse set, and of course many new opportunities, fresh in play stocks will present themselves throughout the week. So let me know what you have on your watch list along with your thoughts and your plans. As always, I really appreciate the feedback. I appreciate you all sharing your thoughts, so please continue to do so. And wishing you all a fantastic week, and I'll see you all next week.
So you're an active trader, not doing as well as you want, not doing as well as you deserve, and you just can't figure out why you can't become profitable no matter how hard you try. Well, let me show you why. This is your competition. The traders in this room. This room right here is full of elite traders. Some of them are making 7 and even 8 figures a year. In fact, our top guys have made nearly 20 million each in net trading profits in a single year. Let's head to my office so I can share more. So you're probably used to seeing videos of lavish trader lifestyles, trading gurus, trading off of a laptop for an hour a day, heck, maybe even 15 minutes a day, and then them relaxing on some secluded beach for the rest of the day. Well, all I can tell you is that our traders train like pro athletes. They live and breathe the markets and are continually working on their trading skills. Because at our firm, that's what we found it really takes to make it in this game. I'm Mike Bellafiore, co-founder and managing partner of SMB Capital, one of the world's top proprietary trading firms located in Midtown Manhattan. And we're always looking for trading talent to hire and develop. And not just to trade in-house on our desk, but also to trade from their own home, entirely using our firm's capital. And we have numerous traders doing just that, allowing them to make upwards of 7 figures trading the firm's capital without risking their own money. But to even get a shot at something like that, you need to have the right training. That's why we're doing a new free online presentation in which we share how you can get an interview with SMB to become an in-house or remote trader, trading firm capital without risking yours and gaining access to all of our firm's coaching and resources. And the best part, you don't have to be a profitable trader yet. In fact, we prefer to mold profitable traders with our methods and our techniques. That's why we have just 3 simple criteria that can earn anyone an interview. We're looking for highly ambitious and determined traders who fit our culture first and foremost. So if you believe that could be you, sign up for the free 1-hour online presentation by clicking the link that's in your top right corner of your screen now.